Disclaimer. All characters belong to the respective owners, and all art belongs to the artist. Do not steal it. Stay tuned after the interview for how you can win a piece of art from the artist. Thank you. Welcome to episode 2 of Art Talks. I would like to introduce the fabulous TheBrancave.
Hello.
Hello. So what brings
Feel
you
free to
here?
call me Ben, by the way. Um, I guess a new experience and a way to get myself out there a little more too.
That is always good. I like that.
Branching out is tight.
It can be good, but it can also be very hard.
Yeah.
So what would you say is your main medium of art?
Definitely digital. Have a big old 24-inch screen art tablet, and yeah,
Damn,
it's
that's
been
huge.
very smooth. Yes, it's so worth it though.
How much do you pay for that?
uh, Probably 900.
Not bad.
It could be worse. I probably got like a $50 discount or something. I don't know. I probably did some couponing.
Now, is it one of those that hooks up to a computer or is it standalone?
Hooks up to the computer, and then I put it on an arm because I don't physically have enough desk space, so then I can like move it and have it hover in the corner until I'm ready for it.
Nice. Um. So, have you done any other type of art other than digital?
I started traditional, and then I got into photography and went to college. Did a couple classes. Um, I would love to dabble in clay sculptures and such, and maybe do some like character mugs. That would be cool.
Oh, I could probably teach you some clay sculpting sometime.
Absolutely.
Um. So, like, out of all those types of arts you've done, do you have a least favorite? Acrylics, etc., etc.
Traditional materials. I would think the dry pastels are not my favorite. It's just so bleh. At least oil pastels you can blend.
Huh. I thought about that. Yeah, I guess you're right. Huh. Do you have a favorite? Which I'm gonna guess digital.
Um, I actually love both digital and traditional. They both have their place in my heart. I just happen to do digital more often because it's so common and it's always clear.
And you can control Z.
Yes, that makes it so nice. It's so much easier. Everything is there for you. I don't have to get that brush and then learn how to use that brush. I just take this brush and apply it and go, wow, that looks good.
So this question has already been answered, but I have it anyway. Tablet or mouse?
Tablet.
Have you
People
ever
use
drawn with a
mice?
mouse?
Yes, it's terrible. I did it like once and then I did it for fun. I had a tablet for ages now. Like I've had tablets for probably a good 10 years now, I
Ooh,
think. Probably less than that. Let's go with like 8 years. So I did mice art just for fun, and I realized a lot of people who do mouse art are kind of stagnant in their improvement. So that's why I got a tablet, and then I moved to the screen tablet, which instantly improved everything. It's like
nice.
traditional, but your hand glides without marking up everything.
Mwah. I gotta say though, I've seen some amazing mouse work that has made me extremely jealous.
Well, now I have to see this because I'm actually concerned.
uh,
Mouse mouse pad. Is that what we're going for here?
you
No.
know, it's just simple mouse on Microsoft Paint.
Okay, I have seen one impressive one on Microsoft Paint, but that person had a tablet.
Ah, that doesn't count.
But imagine working with no layers and still making something look 3D. Now that's impressive.
Oh, that is actually very true.
Yeah, it takes effort. In Paint, like Paint doesn't give you very much to work with.
It does
Oh, did
not.
you know that I believe it's Microsoft Word? has like an ability for you to do art now. Like they made a program for that,
Huh.
and you just do it on the Word document. It's not too bad.
Huh. Hmm.
Potential is high.
Um. So yeah, and we've already answered the question like, have you taken any classes? Which, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course I was forced into art classes growing up too, but I kind of already did what I did.
Oh yeah. It's I'm guessing they're what's the term? Elective? No. Maybe.
I don't know what it would be in like middle school and elementary school. In high school, I guess, but high school they forced me to do choir and I wanted to do art. I don't understand that part.
Ooh, good choice. I was in choir. Ugh.
So I did choir, I just did not enjoy the people.
Yeah, I just pretty much mouth all the words. Um. So what first got you into doing art?
Um, I remember my grandmother had a lot of paintings on the wall, and I was raised by my grandparents, and I just kind of was like, hey, I could make that one day. And then I just picked up a pencil, and my first crude drawing was a cat, and apparently there was a rock being thrown at it. I was like 4. I don't know what I drew. It's really ugly.
Rocks are beautiful.
So are cats. I don't know why I drew that. I think it was because my grandfather didn't appreciate cats very much.
Oh,
I probably drew it for him.
oh.
He kept it.
How long would you say you have been doing art professionally?
Professionally, good question. I would like to think at the moment I turned 18, so probably about 8 years. Because, then I can legally do that. I feel like beforehand I was taking money for art, but I'm not going to consider that professional.
Jake, I draw you a picture, you give me money.
Yeah, people paid me to draw things. Um, it was really funny. I drew a rooster with a rooster, just to be PG about it. And I got paid $10 for that, and that's where it all started.
Nice. Pausing from the questions quick, let's talk about some of these lovely pictures have on screen. Well, I have on screen.
Oh boy. What do you want to know?
Uh, see, see, flowers grow out of his hair when plucked. They grow back. He's a druid. Oh, he's a druid. I like
Yes, I was
druids.
going to use him in Pathfinder as a druid.
Uh,
Pathfinder being a variant of D&D.
I love that one. Totally your daddy. Even your daughter calls him daddy.
Oh yeah, that's a running joke. League of Legends has a character named Trundle, and he's a troll, and he was supposed to be an ugly troll. And then they made him a rework and kept the old skin, and the old skin's sitting on a throne leaning back, and then I was just like, whoa, hold on. And then the joke came out that even your daughter calls him daddy.
So, what made you come up with him? I mean, I know he's D for D&D. I mean Pathfinder.
So actually originally I got him as he came with an icon and I think just like a bust. And then I went, I'm gonna create the rest of this. So I did.
Oh,
And now he
nice. I like that. Let's see. Oh, that's a lovely darling. The safe word version.
censored.
Sansa. Fabulous.
This one was my first big jump into attempting to do more than just characters. I really wanted to work on backgrounds.
Ah,
And my buddy helped me out and I wanted to make it a special piece. So, yeah, I tried.
nice. I like
Also,
that.
lighting is so fun to play with.
So, what's her name?
I believe that character is named Michiko. That one belongs to my friend.
Nice. So it kind
I
of
really
looks
love.
like Like somebody's like, look at her through the trees, and she's like in a pond or something.
Yes, you got it. Okay, I'm glad that was delivered appropriately.
Oh, good, good,
Yeah, just an above profile view of light shining down.
good. I'm guessing this is a whip or a sketch.
Absolutely, that is a whip of my D&D character I probably love the most. His name is Quinks, and I got really into dynamic posing when I started playing a character before him. That was Zorzi, but I didn't include a picture of Zorzi, but Quinks is just a gentle giant. He's a gargoyle and can probably, with the right circumstances, do 200 damage, 200 hit points of damage at level 7, I think.
Damn.
Great. It's great. And that only reason I found that out is my friend mind controlled him. And I tried to argue with DM that that dominate person only works on someone with a soul, and gargoyles are soulless constructs, and he's like, no, they're possessed. And I'm like, okay, well, DM does make the game happen. And he told me to attack my teammate who had 200 health, and I crit on 2 out of 3 rolled max damage, and I got like 183 out of 200 health, and he's like, "Oh great, your dominate person's broken, right?" And I'm like, "I hope so."
Oof. Powerful. Oh, this one's a cutie.
Yes, I that is literally just a cute character I had, and I decided I needed badge examples, and this was probably one of the big starts there.
Nice. And one more for now. Oh. Tall, dark, and mysterious.
Ah, yes, I believe this was a dark elf for someone's D&D campaign, and as an art trade, we just kind of rolled with it. I'm really proud of this one.
I was actually gonna guess half goat, half elf for some reason.
Yeah, I could see it being like a satyr if, since we don't really have a view of their feet or anything. I didn't actually have a full reference to work with. I think it was mostly just a bust.
Nice. Um, what art program do you use?
Clip Studio Paint, and I love it so much. I will never go back to bootleg Paint Tool Sai.
Oh, I tried Paint Tool Sai. It wasn't for me. But the art program that I found that I absolutely love is Krita, mostly because it's free.
I hear good things. Yeah, I think I caught Clip Studio Paint on sale, so I got it for like $20. That
Nice.
was doable.
I also have all the Adobe stuff too, since I pay monthly for that.
Oh, I just kind of share a couple of things when it comes to like videos and editing. Undershare for more is one of the ones I'm gonna be learning to use when I start doing my playthrough channel.
Now, this one can either be like one you use or just like in general, but what's your least favorite color?
Um, that's actually a pretty good question. I'd like to leave it open to these two choices:
What?
diarrhea green or
Oh,
poopy brown.
oh, yeah, I cannot.
There's certain shades that you just don't touch, and those are the ones. And I touched it once, and I actually made a character that sold in like 24 hours, which was kind of wild.
Oof. Got a
I don't know
favorite?
why people wanted it. Oh yeah, orange. Orange is all. Anyone who likes orange, for some reason, we automatically get along, and we just talk each other's ears off.
Orange. Hmm. Does it matter the shade of orange? Dark, light?
Not necessarily. I mean, I grew up loving goldenrod, which is like borderline orange, but honestly, orange just makes me happy.
Nice. Interesting. Um. So what type of art do you do?
So I do fantasy, sci-fi, and manga inspired, which is where the Anthro and D&D comes in.
Nice. I am a big fan of fantasy myself.
Absolutely. What is life without a little bit of fantasy?
I know,
Gotta have
right?
fun. You can't just exist. How do people just exist? are they happy with life? Like,
Now here's the question they had to think about. Go to snack while doing art.
so I found a lot of what I really enjoy eating, and this is not exactly a snack, but it's definitely a meal that starts off my time. I love subs, and I love
Ooh,
to get chicken Phillies.
ooh, subs.
And then load Old Bay on it because Marylanders eat, sleep, and breathe Old Bay just like you think.
So I'm guessing you're a Subway type of person.
I eat Subway, but honestly, places like Charlie's or Jersey Mike's or I mean, I hate to say it, but Jimmy John's, they're way better. All of them are just better than Subway.
Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's.
Freaky fast. Um, I will say though, Subway did have a really, really tasty like brisket sandwich, and they had never brought it back, and I'm just like dying to eat it again.
Oh, I love their Italian ones.
I
This.
definitely do like Italian, so that's where I started my sub adventure, and then I found out cheesesteaks exist, and then that's where all the weight came from.
Mmm. Delicious. Um, morning, midday, or nighttime artist.
Oh gosh, I'm the start at like 6 or 7 and go until like 5 if I don't stop myself, and I'm like the lucid artist who just exists.
That is very good. It is good to be lucid.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's weird.
Let's look at some more fabulous pictures, shall we? Oh, pointy teeth. I'm
Ah, yes.
guessing wolf deer.
So I never came up with anything, but definitely some sort of canine hybrid. That was one of my most recent lineless pieces, and I'm thinking about only doing lineless because I don't see that much, I guess. And but the problem is that headshot probably took me a good 6 hours to get perfect. It takes time, and I just finally learned how to do hair, as you could probably tell. So I think it looks pretty okay.
It does. Hello. Q-tip.
Oh yes, okay, so one of my best friends, they have a little wolf dog named Q-Tip, and
Oh,
I love him so much. And he commissioned me for him to be in a Steven Universe outfit from later parts of the seasons, I assume, and do like the little floaty feel, so that's why his jacket isn't like flush to him. And yeah, I kind of thought it was cute. I'm really proud of this one.
oh.
Lots of blending also for the gray.
So what was that? I'm guessing marker. No, color pencil.
Alcohol markers. And a white gel pen for trying to accent everything because that's the best. If you don't do it, please do it. Your art will increase tenfold.
Well then,
It
alcohol
really helps.
markers are something I did not know existed.
So they're pretty good, and if they run out of like if they dry out, I think this even works with just like basic water ones like Crayola. I think you can dip the tip in alcohol and then it can work again.
Ooh,
It's
nice.
pretty neat.
Another whip I see.
Oh yes. So this was supposed to be a equine walking next to a riverside, with willows in the background and a bush in the foreground. I just never finished it, but I'm still really liking it.
Nice. Superhero punch.
Yeah, so this is Quinks again, and he went through so much stuff that I went from chaotic good to chaotic neutral, and he's not chaotic stupid though, so that's good. But yeah, in this I was like he did like a cage fight was my inspiration, and then Set from League of Legends when his theme first came out, I just played that on repeat for like, maybe 3 times and then I doodled this out. POV is
Nice.
also awesome, so I'm really happy to work on that angle.
Nice.
I can't decide if he should be holding a head and just be like, "Arr!"
Hmm. Do both versions.
True. Just throw in the head after.
Ye-
The question is, how hard is that going to be to do lineless? I'm about to find out.
Yes. Yes, we shall. So, how long would you say the average piece takes you?
Um, so for things that I was doing line wise, it could take probably anywhere. Well, let's go with headshots. Probably only take like an hour to full bodies. Oh, actually, let's go with ref sheets. Ref sheets I could work on for like 7 hours, but that's spread over like 3 days because you need a mental break when focusing so hard. So
Yes.
that takes the same amount of time as a lineless headshot. And this is my dilemma.
Yes. To all artists, always make sure to take a mental break.
Please do.
It's very good. What is the longest time you ever worked on a piece?
Good question. I'd probably say closer to 12 hours spread out. And that was probably me also going through learning what I'm doing. And I have a feeling lineless full bodies will probably end up taking that long anyway.
Which is funny. You think they take like shorter time since you don't have to add the lines.
No, you're painting everything into existence. Like most of the time when I do lineless, I don't even use a sketch. I just kind of paint it and mold it until it looks good. It's like working with clay, but on the computer. And it looks like uncannily fake, but not fake, depending on how you do it. Like my first ones looked really fake.
What is your least favorite step in the art process? Like sketch, line, coloring, etc., shadowing.
Line, which is why I'm skipping lines and doing lineless.
Yeah, that is everybody's least favorite.
Really?
Even my, it's lines never turn out that right for some reason. Sketch
I
can be
mean, my
perfect.
lines can be flawless, honestly. I just like I'm really proud of my lines. It's just time consuming sometimes, and then when you have a complex character, you might miss that little itty bitty piece and the entire thing's thrown off and you don't notice till like a month later when you're looking at it in your gallery.
It's like, damn it, why?
Actually, one of the reference sheets I have, that I think I actually sent to you, I did not have the back of the hand colored on the back facing view.
Ooh.
So I was like, "Oh my god, color, color, color!"
Is there any type of drawing that you have trouble but would like to get better at?
um, well, I've already improved a lot at this. I'd like to think inanimate objects that are large, so not teddy bears, but like a vehicle or a building. But one thing I find out is that there are shortcuts everywhere within Clip Studio Paint. There are entire brushes that aren't actually brushes, but when you tap the screen, you'll then have a classroom layout, and it's just done for you, and then you color it in the way you want it to be colored in. So shortcuts are drastically helping, as well as the straight line tool.
Ooh, I love the straight line tool.
I've also started dabbling in animation, so I definitely need to learn these shortcuts.
Oh, yeah. Clip does animation.
Yes, and it even has anchor points that I just found out about, so I am ecstatic.
Ooh, nice. So, what is the most someone has paid you for a commission, single piece or batch?
Um, Good question. I'm trying to think about it. Single piece, probably 100. I was thinking about doing art slaves, but I'm not sure what to price them at and how much to include because art slaving is kind of rough. So, maybe it'll be they're entitled to 5 pieces for half the price. I don't know.
More fabulous picture time since I found my mouse. Look who it is!
More bellissimo.
Bellissimo.
I definitely stole that from Fairly Odd Parents and then found out it meant beautiful, and then his last name is Cabello, which he's literally just beautiful horse, but he's not actually a horse. I wanted to make a play off the aliens meme, and then just from my head did what I could. So, aliens.
Aliens. Bellissimo.
I love that meme.
It's a
More Bellissimo. I'm sorry.
bellissimo.
That's one of the first badges I did. I think the first one I did in a long time was Inky. I think he might be next on this. He's green and a foo dog, but Bellissimo, it was a really good experimentation. It looks good. It took a lot of letting things dry and reapplying, and of course, as you can see, the white gel pen. Please use it if you don't.
Yeah. Makes it shiny.
It really does.
Pow bam!
So this is when I first started really getting into shading, and I did not hate shading anymore. This character's name is Pyros. It used to be super popular, then I bought them and kind of went under the radar for a while. Um, I gender bent them and was like, superhero pose, go! And yeah, that's what came out of this, as you can tell.
Nice. Oh, look at that
Uh,
fabulous tail.
so this is my most recent chibi, and I love this character. Her name is Suki, and she's a polar bear cat hybrid. I'm not sure what cat to make her, but shh. Um, as you can tell from the amount of fluff in the thick paws, that's a bear. And she paints with her tail, and she's my art block character.
The pain of the tail thing, that reminds me of an old cartoon show.
It should also remind you of Smeargle from Pokemon.
Yeah, I lost Pokemon like a long time ago.
Whoops.
No, it was like, I think it was like a Chinese cartoon show about like cats that like painted with their tails.
Sagwa!
Yeah, thank you.
Back when Between the Lions existed,
Yeah, that
as
was
a
a
child, I
long
couldn't
time
mentally tell the shows apart. I thought they only came on with the other one. Turns out that was like probably a 3 hour span, and children have no concept of time.
ago. I have no concept of time.
Now I really want to go rewatch Sagwa, just for nostalgia.
It's another tall, dark, and handsome.
So this is my merfolk, Casimir, and this was my probably one of the biggest experimentations. So I think he came after the Pyros picture. And I just love him, and I tried my hand at humans again, and it's working.
Nice.
Well, I guess humanoids, because he's not a human, but
Pointy teeth.
he will bite.
No, 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 no.
And he also sells illegal alcohol, is his story. He's just a pirate who has an airship who sells illegal alcohol. That I am. Oh, yeah, sorry. His name is Casimir Rikija. Rikija is the name of his alcohol. And then his boat is called the Vento Ario. Thumbs up to whoever knows what that is. And yeah,
Hmm. I
merfolk are
must.
best.
I must track him down to buy some of this alcohol.
Oh, yeah, what's that one? Skooma? Skooma from Skyrim? He'll probably sell that too.
That's true. Ah, dragon, lizard.
So, yeah. So, this is actually from a closed species called lumens. And I was granted permission to basically doodle out some ideas. So I think there will be two of these guys in here. They're kind of dragons. The back that looks like fire is actually a bioluminescent. It's kind of like a fin, but not really a fin. So it's not actually fire. You can touch this. And this is Ao Shin. His entire thing is that he is a senile old man who thinks he's a Pokemon. So he says he can what do they call it? Megastones. He's like, I need to find my Megastone. I based his personality off Kled from League of Legends to just be like, Scarl! Anyway,
Oh,
yeah, that's him.
adorable.
Oh yeah, he's also based off of Aurelion Sol for his physical appearance.
Nice. It's very
I also love the
shiny.
classic stacking pose of dogs in show, so that's kind of where I got that inspiration there.
Hmm. Uh, when doing art, are you a movie in the background or a music kind of person, or just complete silence?
Depends on the mood. Recently I started listening to Boba and doing art, but then sometimes I just want to listen to some Filthy Frank, get a little filthy and do my art, or, maybe I just want to be left alone and have silence.
Nice, and I've not heard that anime in so long.
Yeah, no, it's just as dumb as you think it was, and it still is, and I love it. It
Oh,
makes no sense. I get so much joy out of it, and there's like 80 episodes, and I'm not even halfway done.
do you have any inspirations? Like other artists?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. So I actually even put this on my about section. Besides just being inspired by the things I do or think about, one of my really big inspirations is I think it's Hirohiki Araki, and they're the creator of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So I went from only understanding how to draw ladies with tig old bitties to big muscly men, and then now I understand the anatomy of both. And I don't know, I like them. I actually went through a period where I had zero internet and read the manga, and when I came back from that hiatus, I was drawing better than ever. So,
Nice. Um, if you could choose any artist, just for the fun of it, dead or alive, to collab on a picture with, who would it be?
oh gosh, now that is interesting. Um, I remember there was an artist, and I haven't checked in on their stuff recently, and I really don't know what they do beyond making gorgeous art. Let's go with like two of them.
Okay.
White Mantis is one, and if I recall, they're a White Mantis with Asian themes. And then, oh gosh, who was the last one? It might have been Smooshkin. Smooshkin's pretty cool. They have a lot of awesome characters, and they just kind of do what they want, and that's kind of inspiring. Like they are undoubtedly themselves, and people accept it and go with it. So
Nice.
sorry, I had to give two.
Oh, no, no, no. You could have given 5, 20, 1,000, a billion, a trillion.
Oh no. Although it would have been
Ah.
kind of cool to, now that I think about it, visit the people that made statues that looked like, like if they drew women in a wet dress and the dress looks like it's for, properly following physics, but it's all stone. And then they painted it to look like marble. Just know all of those classic things that were said to be like gold, it's only like painted in gold. It's not actually gold. Same with bricks. They're all just painted to look like bricks. You'll see that they fade over the years.
Fade away.
It's true though.
So, keeping as safe for work as possible, aside from illegal stuff, anything you won't draw?
So obviously, no, not safe for work when it comes to um children or animals. That's just a no-no. That's just creepy. Um, I also don't seem to really care for what they call hyper. If you don't know about it, don't bother looking it up. Also anything non-consensual sounds terrible. I don't like hate art, and bodily fluids are a no-go. I mean, okay, blood's one thing, but
Oh,
the
yeah.
other bodily fluids,
Yeah.
no. Besides, you know, when it comes to not safe for work, there is a bodily fluid welcome, but no poop, no pee.
No, no.
You get that point. There you go.
Yes, very no, no. Do you remember your first drawing?
um, I believe I actually went over that. That was the cat with the rock. That was the first ever drawing I made, and I didn't even remember it until I was shown it when I was like 10.
I know, no finger paints when you're a baby.
I don't think I was enriched that much, but I
uh,
definitely did some doodles on things.
your parents didn't like do the hand mold thing.
Um, they probably did. If I recall, actually, I think I did see one outside of my grandmother's house. I'm not quite sure I consider that art I've done though.
Oh no,
That's
that wasn't really an art question. I was just wondering because that seems like a thing that a lot of parents did.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. They also have my feet impressed into something and a pair of shoes that they got bronzed and then placed on a little thing so they can hang it up.
Well, I have two questions left, but before I do those, let's finish up these beautiful pictures. Ooh, angry.
There we go, that's Inky. Another facial expression inspired by Kono Dioda, if you know the meme. I just like him. I wanted to make him all flowy.
Nice. As cool as sharp and pointy teeth are, the biggest problem I see with them are like, ow, I bit my lip.
Take your time.
But they're badass though.
Yeah, I know not all characters are like that. I believe on my horse reference sheet, I have the proper teeth and everything. In fact, we may be missing a couple of pieces that I sent late on this, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, we're missing one of my newest line lists, but it's okay.
Or
This
that,
is
or I
her re-
probably didn't say them
th-
in order.
Maybe? You said two pieces left, and if these are the last two,
Oh no,
then.
no, two questions left.
Oh, two questions. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Um, so this I thought was an awesome your character here. I believe it was called like it's either called like Plant Friends or Plant Story Time. It was something really silly though, and I cannot remember what I called it. I love it though. I can probably already find it real quick actually now I think about it.
Talking to one's plants does help them grow.
I mean, it sounds great, and I believe some people actually do that. Oh, there we go.
Medusa type. Probably not
Yeah,
named Medusa though.
so this character's name is My Tren, because Guild Wars. And she kind of reminded me of a pirate in her original reference sheet that I purchased, but basically she has snake hair and I wanted to make them all do their thing. So, you know,
I
it kind of
want
works.
to boop every single one of them.
They'll probably let you.
Boop, 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 boop.
Boop.
I'm guessing this is the other one.
Oh yes, this is the other Lumen. This one was based off of Steven Universe, the Obsidian, I believe it was. And yeah. And then I saw a German Shepherd in motion and went, that pose is cool. And then like 3 months later I drew this.
Nice. Ooh, made in
Oh,
01 3019. You're an old boy.
he is an old boy.
Hello.
Oh yeah, more Bellissimo.
Bellissimo.
I'm guessing he's one of my other art block characters at this point.
Why do I feel like he'd be good like in a Spanish opera?
Maybe. Maybe. I could see that. I mean, he could bust someone's kneecaps. It could be drama, or it could just be, a nice person. I don't know. Oh, I remember. Succulent Friend was that one your character here's name. I thought that was kind of silly sounding.
Your setup.
Ah, okay. I see now. I just had to do a quick search to understand a little bit more about his existence.
Yes. Yeah,
I
for
haven't
some.
seen it. Speaking of that, though, I have not seen much Slender Mane. Where is all the Slender Mane?
Huh.
Slender Mane's like the one OC I really like.
Slenderman.
I mean, he's terrifying. I,
Yes.
I really have a soft spot for spooky things.
So let's talk about this fabulous setup you have. There's the X Pen tablet.
Yeah, so XP pin 24-inch there. You can see I put my art on the screen with the arm. You can kind of see where it's anchored. Of course, my middle screen is the one I play all my games on. It has high quality. It's an Omen. I believe this one is actually very similar in size, probably 21 inches. And then the one on the left is just my starter monitor I got back in the day, probably like 18 inches. Um, The gamma on the two that aren't my art tablet are kind of wonky, but it'll do. And of
I'll
course, I
do.
have my posters all around that I just did not submit pictures for.
Seen that one in an anime, I think.
Which one are we talking about here? I have JoJo's, I have Spirited Away, I have Kakegurui, and then I have Gantz. Gantz
Ah,
I cut off the most.
Kakaguri, that's the one.
Yeah, Kakegurui is really fun, and it's just so weird. It's so out there, but I love it. And the music, just I vibe with it so hard. The first episode, I can just get up and do some swing dancing and just sit back down to watch it.
My favorite song from an anime it's from an anime called Bakano, and it's Guns N' Roses.
Mm.
I love that anime.
I've
It
seen Bakano. I used to wake up in the morning to that.
is so good, but I'm so pissed I can't find it anywhere now.
Was it at some point kind of a Bonnie and Clyde type of anime?
Yeah, it was like weird. It was like it had alchemists and immortality, but also like the mafia.
Yeah, I remember the mafia. I remember seeing a lady and a man steal things, cases of money, and then run. And it was interesting. I personally think I would go back and watch it, actually.
It is very
Another
good.
one I grew up with, what was it? Black Brotherhood, Peach Girl. Ah, there's so much I grew up with. I was like ritualistically into Naruto. Dragon Ball Z was cool, but also screaming for 3 episodes is just kind of strange. Oh gosh, last thing I missed from my setup actually. Logitech G600 mouse has like 24 keys, which is great. And then my Razer Huntsman Elite probably. The keyboard's nice and it has like a wrist rest so I can actually play things. And I keep a little Stitch and a tiny Ganesh under my monitor.
Ganesh. Oh, hi. So adorable.
I love
Uh
Stitch. He's reading a book. I just got that for my birthday that just passed.
oh.
He's reading the Ugly Duckling book.
Aw.
It's adorable, and it actually has the picture like inside. I'm lost. That scene.
I'm lost. Any words of wisdom for aspiring artist?
Practice makes perfect. Definitely always consider asking someone for criticism. It doesn't take a rocket scientist or another artist to be able to tell you if something doesn't look right. I've had friends that don't touch art and they can tell me if something looks really wonky. Constructive criticism is helpful, but only when asked for. Don't give it
Yes,
unadvised.
it's very
And
true. And don't be a butt with your constructive criticism either.
yeah, like saying it's ugly is not constructive. Saying you should really relocate this arm or maybe move it up and draw it overlapping more. I don't know how to explain it like that, but you get the point. Oh, my Spyro's in the corner in the picture too. He was supposed to be big enough to hold my Xbox controller, but he wasn't, so sometimes he holds my art pen.
Oh, I have the power.
I also plan that when I have my wedding next year, I place the pen for signing the guest book in his arms. That's adorable.
That is the most adorable idea I've ever heard.
It's going to be entirely nerdy. Don't you forget it.
And your cable management is a lot better than mine.
I actually have like Velcro to tie cords together, but they kind of got messed up a little bit when I had to like change up my tower. I recently upgraded my tower to basically I wanted a computer that could run games on the highest possible setting because I got into Red Dead, and you know how those graphics are. They are gorgeous. I can't run it on the highest setting, but it is so pretty going through the mountains in cinematic mode till I get to where I gotta go.
It is.
I might be a filthy casual. Don't judge me.
And this, maybe the
Oh,
last
wait.
question.
Can I say one more
Oh,
aspiring
yes.
artist thing?
Yes, you may.
Take your payment before you start and make a terms of service and don't do PayPal friends and family. You'll get your PayPal shut down. Okay, now we're done.
See, most of the time, oh, to me, it depends on the artist. Like, sometimes, most of the time for me, I like pay half. and then like the other half when it's done.
That's acceptable, but there are also artists who don't watermark. Okay, here's another one. Artists, please watermark. A lot of artists don't watermark and send the finished product before they
Ooh,
receive final payment, and that's a
yeah,
big no-no. I tend to take a screenshot of my whole screen and then also put my watermark so that way people understand it's still in the art program, so clearly you weren't meant to have it yet. Um,
yeah.
but in terms of service, it's so useful. Like it's just so good. And if you do friends and family on PayPal, there's no protecting you if you get scammed or vice versa. Things like that. So,
That's true.
protection is important. Get your payment plans underway.
And the most important question of them all: where can one find you?
Oh, right. So I am definitely on Facebook. I am currently at TheBrancave. I'm hoping to rebrand soon, so I will definitely leave a message on that page if I do completely drop that page, or I could just rename it. I also have a website, which is thebrancave.wixsite.com/my site slash, oh gosh, I think it was just slash my site. Yeah. And that'll lead you to my main website that I use for my examples and my pricing.
Nice. Any deviant art?
I did use DeviantArt, but I didn't. Well, I also use for Affinity. I didn't quite agree with some of the terms of service, basically not protecting people very well. But sometimes I post on there. It's a lot easier to post on there instead of for Affinity. So, but I keep it more up to date than for Affinity by a long shot.
Ooh, I don't remember the last time I updated my fur affinity.
Oh my gosh, you're tempting me to check now, because it's been a long, long time. All right, last time I updated was May 7th of 2020.
That's not too far away.
It's been a whole year. It's pretty bad. Sometimes I go on and I mass upload the best I can. Oh, Furific's really nice for mass uploading, by the way. It's just not a huge uh user base, I believe.
So now this brings us to how you can win an art piece. I, the fabulous Madrock, bought a lovely piece from the artist that I shall be giving away to one lucky winner. All you have to do is comment, I want a cookie, and I shall choose a winner. That will be announced next week.
What's your favorite type of cookie?
White chocolate macadamia nut, but I'm allergic to them now.
I love white chocolate so much. I kind of got frustrated when I learned there were macadamia nuts in those, but I definitely love me some snickerdoodles and sugar cookies.
So, any terms of service on the prize?
Ah, basically just don't ask for one of my will not draws. So, none of the borderline illegal stuff. I don't want to draw hate art. Uh, I will do not safe for work, but you will have to prove you're 18. Stuff like that.
Yep. And again, just comment I want a cookie, and the winner shall be sorry, shall be announced on next episode.
Woo!
Goodbye, fabulous people, and hopefully see you next week. Mwah.
Bye!